It's made a series of steady and progressive advances that's now on the cusp of really starting to get from the laboratory into the human sphere. Now this is what we call a neuroprotective drug. So it's a slightly different paradigm to the clot-busting medicine and removal of the clot. So neuroprotection refers to the idea that we can give a chemical that reduces the decay of brain cells when they're underperfused. So as soon as you have lack of blood flow or lack of oxygen to a brain cell, a series of chemical events starts to happen that ultimately will cause the cell to die. And for many years, the holy grail of neuroscience research has been able to come up with something that slows that cascade down to minimise the damage to the brain. And through very careful work and analysis and in fact years of slogging away, we're right on the cusp of being able to do that. And it's the kind of thing that we can hopefully add to our current treatments to make our current treatments not only more effective, but in fact available to a greater amount of patients. Because still at the moment we have patients who have stroke occurring many, many miles away in the distant, far-flung reaches of this big state, where it's going to take many hours to get down to be able to have the clot-busting medication or their thrombectomy, and in that intervening period the brain is starting to decay. And it's been calculated that for every minute that an artery is blocked, about 2 million brain cells die. And so if we had something that would slow that process down, even just a little bit, to actually improve the function of patients in the longer term, it would make a huge amount of difference. And it's amazing how much a small percentage can mean between a critical bit of the brain being on the edge of being damaged to being preserved. We think it will begin as an intravenous formulation that would probably have the ambulance officers or the Royal Flying Doctor staff administer en route to the hospital. But there may come a time when we could have it in a sort of almost a first aid situation, in the same way you might have a defib at a shopping centre. Imagine having this available for stroke.